welcome back, scrapbookers. This is Katie Scott, and I've actually started my December daily, my December story album with, this isn't actually my December story. Your December story is a class with Debbie Hodge, and I'm actually doing that in a format that's 12 by 12. This is the concept called December Daily. The concept is by Allie Edwards, and this is where you do one page for each day of December. So this is actually, these two pages are like kind of goodbye to November. And I am saving a title page, the title page for, I'm going to put a photo of my family, and we haven't done that yet. So this picture is a picture that I took for a different class that I'm taking. So like class. There's a lot of classes in December. So I know Shamil has one too called Journal Your Christmas. And so it's fun to kind of commune with other scrapbookers online, I think, because it just is. It's fun to be doing the same project at once. So this is how the first two pages here are going to be, the first spread here. And so one option would be to do it the same way and have, you know, photo on the left and then journaling on the right. This I made a pocket page actually for this, but I think what I will do is put the photo on in the center and have the journaling out over here. That's my thought. And I'm Katie Scott. I have a blog called Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and when I make scrapbook videos, I do not plan in advance what I'm up to. So I just press play on my iPad and start talking. So my videos are not typically sped up. I want you to see how I make layouts in real time, and I don't know, that's how I do it. It's also easier for me to do it that way because then I don't have to edit. So I'm just looking for a good background paper. Ooh, I think I kind of like this one. This page I think will work. This is an American Crafts page, but I like it because it has kind of that 1/3, 2/3 thing already going on it. So let me just cut this to size, and I'm using this paper trimmer that I kind of have this hate relationship with. I don't even have a love relationship with it, I just kind of hate it. But I need to, that would be a good Christmas gift for me, a better paper trimmer. If you have any recommendations for paper trimmers, please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. What is a paper trimmer that you love? Because this is a paper trimmer that I'm not all that thrilled with. Mainly because part of it's broken. That would be one reason. And the other thing I don't like about these trimmers is you have to keep buying the blade. Now I have a guillotine cutter that really should come up to this space, but I've had it for something like 20 years and I use it all the time. I use it a lot, and I've never had to do anything to it to sharpen it up. So that's one way of laying out the page. I kind of like that. This would be the other. I don't think I like that. I think I like it like this way. So it'll go right like that. So it's a little bit of a different approach to the page because I'm going to be journaling over here, but I almost feel like I need something under here now. But I can't do it because I have already sewed that. I've sewed down, I made this one into a pocket, like the photo is actually the pocket, and so it's got this little story that's kind of a, you know, like cut off on the wrong foot December story. But that's part of the story, isn't it? It is. And so this would be another option to put that on the bottom. I like how the colors coordinate. It could also go on the top. Million choices, but I think the choice is going to be this. So one thing I really recommend that you do is when you're having those struggles of should I put it here, should I put it there, just pick it and stick it and just keep going. So don't linger on those decisions too long because it just isn't worth your time really. Because it's just better to make a decision. And if you use adhesive that allows you to move things around, then you can. And so if you make a decision, then once you've decided, you'll know, oh, I'm glad I made that decision, or oh, I really don't like that decision. But you can't really, if you're in that hemming and hawing mode, you can't really get to whether you're happy about that decision or not. So there we go. And I would like to have something so I'm just looking, there's the leaf. I'd almost like to have a quote about, like, you know, I don't know, about if you believe all the leaves are falling off the trees and then it'll be spring again someday. But I don't know. I don't think that's exactly the tone I want to go for. I have these little tickets, and there's 4 of us, so that would be kind of cute. I like how the colors work, but I'm not so sure. See, this is how you can start to know, like, oh, I don't like the way I've placed that. So that would be another way to do it. Let's just go with that for a second and see how we feel about that. I've got I don't know. And this is where you just keep moving forward, or you try to. This is it. The end of December, the end of I kind of like that sentiment. So this is a little sticker that says, "This is it." It's kind of hard to read, but trust me, it says, "This is it." And so I think I'm going to just put this out to the side, and then I'm going to write over my photo the end of November, the beginning of the holidays. This is it. And I think I want little white. Oh, I know what to do. I know. I've got these letters, and I know that I will be able to write something pretty long. Like, goodbye November, hello December. Let's go with that. Because really, like, it just amazes me how fast time goes. Like, the older you get, it just goes so fast. So I'm not spacing these out. I'm not figuring out how far, and that's not a really good, it's not a really good plan, because I need to know how I know what to do. Because see what just happened? I just completely, when I home print my photos, what ends up happening is when I stick anything to them and then try to pull it up, it's very difficult to do that. So what I'm going to do is take that same washi that I used on the opposite side, and then I know that with washi I can move things around much more easily, and that's also going to give a place for this thing to be, so it doesn't look like it's hanging out there in the world. But this will be kind of the place that I am able to, I think I want to overlap that just a little bit. So this is where my title will go, the Goodbye November, Hello December. So that way if I have to move things around, it's easier to pick things up off washi than off the home printed photo. So goodbye. I don't know if goodbye is supposed to be one word or not, but I'm making it two. Goodbye November. Goodbye fall. Let's do that. It'll take up less space. And we don't get much of a fall where I live. I live in Florida. 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 There's different ways to say Florida. I'm from New England though, so I miss fall. And I feel like I don't get enough fall. Goodbye fall. Hello December. And so I'm going to use an exclamation mark as my dash. Just going to cut off the little dot. Hopefully this will work. Goodbye fall. Hello December. I can't believe we're here again. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. But it seems like, doesn't it seem like it was just December? I don't know, the years start to go by so fast. Hello, so goodbye fall. Hello, and I want to write December, and I do think that I want to put these tickets in, and I think they're self-adhesive, so I'm going to try to adhere those down. I like the way those look. So they're just going to be kind of poking out there. Yeah, good enough. So this is one of the greatest little purchases I've made, is these Tim Holtz Ideology label letters. There's so many. 900 stickers. So it's just, there's so many letters that you can really use it for so long. There's just, although I do think it's funny that there's 4 X's, and I think he could have gotten away with like 2 or even 1, because you don't need that many X's. But I do love these little letters. December. And I think that December 2013 is probably going to go on my title page, although I haven't done the title page yet. But that will go on the title page, so I'm not worried about putting in the words 2013 here. So the next thing on this page that I'd like to think about is writing something, and it doesn't have to be long, but basically it's, you know, Allison, my daughter just turned 10, and I can't believe it's December already. That's basically my sentiment. So I'm going to use, and this was just the first thing I picked up, so I'm just going to trim this off. And I inked the edges on the other side of the layout, and I didn't on this one. And I think that's fine. I'm just going to cut this. And I just write a little more than center, and I want it to go right over there. Okay. Oh, I didn't even look at the back side. I should have done that. Okay. Get that approximately where I want it, and then adhere it down with some double stick tape. It seems like I already had one open. I do. So my sentiment here is, the older I get, the faster the years fly by. Allison just turned 10, and Mac is in middle school. This photo was taken at their favorite childhood park. And I just took my daughter to this park recently, like twice, and it was a park we used to go to when they were little. And so it was so funny because we got there and she was like, the hill isn't as big as it used to be because you're bigger now. And that was, I'll just put November 2013, love Mom. And I kind of want to include that sentiment. And so what I'm going to do is just do it right in the back because I don't have enough space here. And I just don't want to forget that. So we used to go to McKinney Park all the time when the kids were small, because we haven't gone for what? And because I'm writing this right where the photo is, it's not going to bleed through, so I'm not really worried about that. For what seems like years until just recently, this Allison commented that the hill got smaller, and of course I told her that it was she who got bigger. Okay, so that's just my little, and if I wanted to decorate this up, what I would do is probably just draw lines around this, and then I'll just show you what I would do instead of just telling you. I think I have a ruler. Oh, where did my ruler go? I'm still so getting used to this space. It's really difficult. I don't know why. Okay, can't find it. But a really good thing to do is even if you can't find the perfect things in your space, just keep going. So this is what I mean, is I can make like a little grid around this, and then I can use those spots to just decorate it any way I want. And that's the other thing, is sometimes on my layouts I will decorate the backs of the layouts, and I'm just having a hard time because of making the line because of the blingity bling on the front, whatever you call that, flare. So here we go. And when I come across a photo, and I know that I will, that is from that park, I'm going to remember, oh yeah, go back to that December Daily layout and then put the photo in there. Because I know I don't have one handy, but I know I have a photo of that park. And that's where I took this picture of the the leaf. So that'll go in later. And one way that I can keep that in there if I wanted to was just leave it in the page protector, and then just both of the pages would show. But more than likely I will cover it up, and then they'll be in for surprises. Maybe later I'm gonna tell them that I've hidden money in between the pages of the scrapbooks, so they'll have to look at them when I'm long gone. But I'm pretty sure my son will save the photos. So there we go. I've already made it a little bit bulky. That is a consideration when you're doing this December daily album, is if you're gonna make it bulky, then it really does fill up. So, and I don't think I used a lot of bulk on these pages, and that's the whole December. So I can always kind of pop that off later, but I do think it's kind of a little bit fun in the beginning to have a little bit of extra something on there. I don't know. Why not? And then if I wanted to kind of carry that over here, which I'm not going to, but I could put a little, oh, why not? I'm going to put this little, the smaller one over here. It's just a wood grain, and it's yellow, and it kind of ties in with the yellow of that photo. And so it kind of looks like it's tacking it down there. And there's a little sparkle. So, bulkiness, be damned. Yeah, so I think that's okay. So those are my first 2 pages of December Daily, and they aren't about December. They're really about saying goodbye to November. So that was, call that Goodbye Fall, and I will be back with an actual page of December 1st.